What's up guys on YouTube? How are you guys today? Well, I'm doing absolutely pretty good. Well, we're going to be testing out the brand new 2-ton floor jack on the Calculator tractor by lifting up the back end before I can actually put air inside of the back tiles. But the problem is of doing it on the lower surface, on the lower ground. I've done this before. I put air in it and some fluid kind of came out. Was actual windshield wiper fluid, and that's typically normal. That's weight on the tiles for I can actually cut the grass and also plow the driveway as well. But it's not all set up. I haven't have everything set up, but I do have some of the safety things I actually do have on the tractor. I have the parking brake on, and a piece of wood under the front tile. But do yourself a favor, be very careful if you're going to be doing this, because it might teeter a bit. If you don't have it level, it might go on one side, might go on the other side. Trust me, you don't want the tractor falling on you, guys. I know, trust me, I've been there. Don't want to do that. Now, what I've been using for many years is a car jack by putting the snow chains on the back of the tiles. This is a very simple process. The same thing with putting air on the tiles. All you do is just jack it up a bit. Now I'm going to show you some of the stuff I'm going to be using. Right? Here you go, guys. Here is the 2-ton jack right there on the floor. You guys can see it. That's going to go in the back with the tractor on the back. You guys can see I have a piece of 2x4 in the front of the tile, but I don't know if that's actually locking it into place. You should actually have a little lamp stand to actually hold the weight of the tractor. Just be careful. Alright, now on the fuselage, you have the handle and that piece of flat board, and that's going to be going to the back of the tractor, the back of the tractor right here, guys. Gonna go down and underneath here, but I need 2 hands to actually put the jack in the piece of wood underneath to make sure it's all stable and everything else. The reason why I need 2 hands is for a couple reasons, because I can't vlog at the same time by using one hand and using the own for putting the jack underneath. I will be right I'm just trying to show you guys the 2-ton floor jack to lift up the Calculator tractor to put air in the back tiles. Well, I have everything mostly set up, but the floor jack is still kind of on the floor and it's not all the way up, because I don't know how well this unit's going to support the tractor. What I'm mostly worried about is the tractor going to tip over. That's something I really don't want, because one thing, I only have squishies on. I do not have my steel-toed shoes on. The reason why I'm doing this is I want to try to put some air in the back tiles, but again, it has windshield wiper fluid in the back. But just showing you the setup and seeing how everything kind of goes. But I don't know. This is kind of a new jack. What I've been using was a car jack. There you guys can see, here she is. Just sitting there, waiting to be somewhat jacked up and stuff. You guys can see everything's kind of normal with it, right? Kinda cool. I really like it. But, yeah, we're going on the interesting side. It's the back side of the tractor. Of course, we got to do that, jack that up, and see if this is actually going to hold. The reason why I never done this, I done it before with all jacks, but not a 2-ton jack. 2-ton mini floor jack. That's pretty cool. I think it's very interesting. Well, let's go ahead, start pumping it up here with this little handle, and see if the jack is going to be level. If not, let's see what we're going to do here. It's kind of cool. I really like this little jack. But we got to make sure it's kind of in the center of the tractor itself. Now notice we are not in the center because she is somewhat off center here. Gotta make sure this block of piece of wood is in the center of the jack. So what happens is one side could be heavier than the other side. We just don't want it to tip any which way of the unit itself, because that can be a bit of a problem. But once you take the tires off, you notice you will have one side that will go down and you have one side that can go up. Just be very careful with that if you're going to be using any type of jack. I'm going to go ahead and get this all level, and I will again. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put air in the back tiles instead, because I already have it on the 2-ton floor jack. It's up off the ground a pretty good inch, but the reason I need to do that is to be able to rotate the tiles before I don't accidentally have the liquid or enjoy fluid to come out of the tiles. But what was very interesting was my air nozzle, the little thing you lock into the stem. Apparently, when I was pumping it, apparently this blew right off. It's like, that's kind of strange. I never done that before, but remember, this is a very old electric air pump, Black & Decker. It's only AC only. It does not use DC from the tractor, means I don't drain out the battery. Now let's go ahead and somewhat take a look on what I am doing. You guys can see, here we have the tractor up in the air about a couple inches, and we have the little pump. That's not little, but it's pretty loud, but this is only going to be filling that tile. And I also took off the tusk cap to actually get into it before I can put air in it. Now these do have liquid in them, by the way, guys. You guys can see I have a thing all safety locked and everything. I have the parking brake and a piece of block wood. But let's go ahead and walk around this side and kind of show you. Okay guys, this is the biggest problem if you're actually going to fill a tile. This tile here, the nozzle is pointing down. You want the nozzle to be pointing up. You don't want it pointing down because that's where all the liquid that is inside this tile. This tile would actually spit out all the liquid. But it has a 2-ton floor jack. You guys can see it lifted up pretty absolutely good. I really like that. It's stable. Everything is not. Everything is balanced. It's not like leaning to one side or the other side of the tractor. Here is what you want. The stem. You want the stem to be facing up and not down, by the way, okay? Alright, now we gotta go ahead and turn this noisy pump on to put some air in these tires. I did the fronts a couple weeks ago. Very nicely done job. The fronts are holding air as well. These actually are supposed to have 14 psi in them. Instead, I actually overfilled them and put 30 psi. Those back tires are supposed to only have 12 psi. But the problem is the type of gauge on this Black & Decker, it doesn't tell you much on what the psi is. Alright, let's go ahead and fill this tire up and make sure you don't actually blow the tile or the thing off the tire stem. Okay, I'm going to cut it off though, and we're just going to go ahead and fill the on side. Right, I just got done filling the one side of the back of the tile. Now I'm going to go to the on side of the lawnmower's tile, the tractor tile. Now, these tiles are recommended to have less air in them. Like the smaller tiles, the front tiles, only supposed to have 14 psi. The back tile is only supposed to have 12 psi, but I accidentally overfilled it and put 30 psi in it just to kind of level out the whole track. Now, one major issue with filling up tiles, you don't want to overfill them because you can actually burst the tiles or actually break your air pump. It's not a good idea to overpressurize your tiles because of a couple issues. You can actually pop them. Trust me, it can be quite dangerous. Don't want to go there. Alright, now, one thing I want to show you guys. Now, I just took this off. Now, I was doing this. What happened was apparently I didn't have this locked on the valve stem. And by putting the pressure from the hose and into that, what happened is this just blew completely right off. Now, that's not always a good sign, because that can be quite dangerous. If you're very careful, you're trying to be very careful on your air pump itself. You don't want to end up hurting your unit itself or actually blowing your tile. These lawnmower tiles become quite expensive as well. Now, the one issue, guys notice, this is facing upwards. The stem needs to be up. The liquid inside this needs to go down. Now I have everything set up on the 2-ton jack. It's holding really good. Now what we need to do on this side is we need to rotate this tile the opposite way. Guys can see that? I gotta face it upwards so I can put air in this tile. Now this should now completely be full of air. Now I know it's kind of messy and it has grass everywhere on it, but time to take out the little dust cap and put air on this, and we'll be right back. I'm filling up the lawnmower tractor tiles on the cover that with the air pump, and I've been testing out the 2-ton floor jack, and it's actually holding pretty good. Now the problem is with the mini pump I have, it's only electric, it's AC only. The cord is pretty short, and so is the hose is pretty short. But hey. Well, where's the air pump? Oh, the air pump's over here, on the other side of the tractor. Awesome. Now, do the same exact thing, you guys can see. Facing the stemward upwards for all the liquid to go on the bottom. Now we go ahead and put some air in this tile itself. Now once we get done with that, we'll actually take the air pump, unhook it from the tile and the floor jack, and we'll just let the air out of the jack itself. Now, of course, I have a weight extension cord going to the machine as well. Now we're going to try to do this little something different here. But hey, this is what I'm doing. Now, on the gauge, we don't have any PSI. The PSI is 0. Now it's time to go ahead and fill up the back tiles. Now, I want to make sure we don't pop the hose off. We also want to make sure we're not going to damage the tile or anything like that. It's flooding. Okay, let's cut it off. Make sure how much PSI is in it. Looks like we're almost about to the PSI we need to be. We'll put a little bit more in it. And that's 11. And we'll just go ahead and kill off there. I think we look like we're pretty good with the air pump for the tiles. And we'll go ahead and grab the dust cap. It's over here. You put that back on. And what we need to do is now we need to take off the hose. Now a little bit of the air might leak out. That's typically normal, because it doesn't matter how much air you put in this, is some of the air will leak out itself. And now we are officially done filling the tiles. Now one thing we gotta do is move the block out the way, the piece of wood out the way, so we can actually put this down gently. Now you can also use a screwdriver, or you can do this by hand. Whoops. Here you can see, I should have brought off the air a little bit slowly for it to come down, before it doesn't just come crashing down like that. But this 2-ton little jack seems to work pretty dang good for filling up the back tires on it. Awesome. Alright, this is the, good day or hello thing. But I just got done filling up the tires on the back and testing out the floor jack itself. Alright guys, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, please like, please share, peace out, bye guys, we'll hopefully see you in the next vlog.